If you ever feel down and nothing is happening in your life, then it's time where you need a boost in life, like a jump start. And there are many ways to do this, yeah. The easiest and effective way is by lifting others. Believe me, my dear friends, when you start helping others in the simplest manner, you will have the same kind of lift happening within you. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Warren, and welcome to the Warren Shanmugam Show. It's a fantabulous Wednesday, September 8th, 2021, and we have with us yet a fantabulous guest. We have Karina Kadansha. Yes, is Kadansha, all the way from Jakarta, Indonesia. And she is the Recruitment and Partnership Officer at the Australian Volunteers International. Let us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Karina. Hi there, Karina. How are you doing?
Hi, Warren. Doing very well. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here at the Warren Shanmugam Show.
Thank you so much for having me all the way
How's
from
the
Malaysia.
indeed, yeah, all the way from Indonesia. How's the weather there, Karina?
Sadly, this evening we have like thunderstorm and it's raining.
Okay,
It's
okay,
a hard one. So, but yeah, all good, all good.
okay. All right. And is this normal to have thunderstorm every day, or is just today?
No, I think this is special for today. Maybe it's because I attend the live event with you, so the thunderstorm escaped
That
me.
is, so they call it the shower of blessings. So thank you so much, Karina. So, so
Thank you.
Karina, before we move on, right? Let me share a
Mhm.
little as to why I'm doing this show. Yeah, this is for
Yeah.
the benefit of those watching my show for the very first time. It is about
Mhm.
women empowerment, Karina.
Yes.
I bring in many women from all walks of life, and the idea is to have them share their personal stories so that someone, at least one of them out there, will get inspired and transform their life towards betterment. That I think is not too much to ask here. So
Yeah.
I always tell our viewers this, Karina, that they are more than what they think they
Mm.
are. I am more than I think. So, my dear friends, tonight you will hear this fine lady all the way from Jakarta, Indonesia, sharing her ups and downs. And you will know shortly what I mean by ups and downs here, Karina. For those
Yeah.
who wants to know more about this program that we do, or if you want to watch our previous shows, please follow our Facebook page. I am more than I think. Click like,
Mhm.
click share. So, Karina, first of
Yeah.
all, let's clear the air. I think I should have titled tonight's show as Keeping Up with Kardashians. when
Rather
I
than keeping up with Karina Kardashian.
so when I started sending the posting right in our
Yeah.
on our show tonight, many of them replied asking me if I am really talking to the Kardashians, and
The
they also
Kardashian.
asked, whether you are related somehow with the Kardashians. And Karina, so many people congratulated me that because I am going to have a publicly known figure in my show. So
Ah,
thank
okay,
you for
okay.
that. But Karina, you need to tell us: are you related to the Kardashians?
To be honest, I wish I can relate it to one of the family of Kardashian, but unfortunately not. So I use my father's family name, Kardashian. Yeah, but
Okay,
it
okay.
sounds like Kardashian. So yeah, I
Yeah,
get a
exactly, exactly.
yeah. People always ask me. Sometimes I get a compliment. Sometimes they asking me like, wondering if I have like a family related. But no. Unfortunately, no.
Gosh. So people do ask, yeah. So I'm not alone, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
true.
Karina, it's interesting. You said it's your dad's name, right?
Mhm.
Which part of Indonesia is he from?
Okay, so my parents, both of them, came from West Java. So, but
Okay.
I was born and grew up in Jakarta.
Okay. Ah, I
So
see.
yeah, yeah, we still have families, and then we still have like a lot of relatives that live in West Java.
Nice, nice.
So
So, Karina, you come from a country with 17,000 islands, yeah, Indonesia, yeah, and that's the beauty. We here in Malaysia and other parts of the world, we have got different growing up pains, different childhood. So, I would want to know what's your life like growing up there in Indonesia. Could you share with
uh,
us, Karina?
okay, okay. So, as I previously mentioned, that I was born and grew up in Jakarta, but currently I live in Depok. So Depok is a suburban area that located 15 kilometers from the central of Jakarta. No, no, no. Actually, about 40 kilometers in central Jakarta.
Okay.
But both of my parents came from West Java,
Mm.
and most of their family still live there. And usually, every year we will like visit them in that city. We call it Bandung. Have
Mm-hmm.
you ever been to Bandung previously, Warren?
No, never. I've never,
Never.
Karina.
You should. You should one day.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
and how about your siblings? Are they also from there? How many of them are there?
Yes, so there are seven people in my family. I have three older brothers. I have one younger brothers. So seven people in my house. So when I was still young, only the five of us that live at the same roof. Since my
Mm,
older brothers are already independent and decided to move on their own. So my
mm,
immediate family is quite small, but
mhm,
the family from my mom's side was quite big. So my mom is one of nine children. So I have a lot of cousins who are kind of like my brothers and my sisters. So we have a very close bond since we were kids. Um, we had like a lot of uh, time where every weekend I always visit them just to
oh,
play, just to have a chat. So yeah, I have a lot of relatives that still live in West Java and Jakarta and also overseas. So we don't see them very often, but we still contact them.
I see, I see. And now you live in Jakarta itself, right?
Yeah,
How
yeah, I
far
live
is
in.
it from the city?
So 1 hour, depending on the traffic. You know,
Uh-huh.
Jakarta is same
Yeah.
like yeah, same like Kuala Lumpur, right? So
Yes.
approximately it will takes 1 hour from the
Mm.
downtown to my suburban area, but again depend on the traffic.
Depends, yeah. Same here in Kuala Lumpur, yeah. So,
Yes,
so
yes.
how about your education, your primary education and your secondary education? You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I because I grew up in Jakarta, my elementary school until my high school in Jakarta as well. So I went to Islamic school since the
Okay.
very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's the background. When I went to the university, my major I took public relation as my major.
Okay.
So when I graduate, I get like a bachelor of communication. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my background of education.
Okay, okay, and I always ask about parenting because right? Everywhere you go, parents are different. Some of them are the strict one, some of them are the cuddly one. So, Karina, I know you're laughing already, but tell us a little bit about your parents.
Okay, so I came from a conventional family.
Okay.
So I call both of them, Papa and Mama. So my dad and my mom was an authoritarian parents actually.
Okay.
Both of my parents usually work full time until they reach middle 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them also a hard worker who works from 9 to 5. My dad used to work in a American company, and my
Mm-hmm.
mom used to work in one of the UN bodies in
Okay.
states. So both of my parents start to struggle when they reach a certain stage when they are entering the retirement stage. So because you're Indonesia, and I think it happens also to many other countries, when you choose to work in a private company, you need to
Mm-hmm.
have like a good resource fund plan. But
Yeah.
both of them are a very hard worker. So
I
when I talk about my relationship with my parents, I can say it is very dynamic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the other day you can have like a normal conversation. Some other day you don't want to talk to them. As a teenager, you experience yourself probably as well.
Yes,
So
definitely, definitely.
yeah, so I can say we have like a normal relationship with parents that we should be. So my parents are the type of people that are more comfortable talking in a one-way communication
Mm-hmm.
with less sometimes it's hard for them to have like two ways communication with their children, but
Yeah.
eventually when we are grew up, uh, it is naturally to have like a good conversation with them, to
Mm.
have like a deep conversation with them. So it came naturally after we grew up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe when we reach a certain stage of life, like a teenage stage, it's hard for both of us like to have a conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, Karina, I think pretty much the same everywhere.
Yeah.
When we were young, I think
Yeah.
they themselves do not know what are the things that they can speak to us, and with the limited resources that they have had back then, that's how they
Exactly.
show their love, and the conversation is just one-sided. But now we do things differently, yeah, with our children, yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
always two-way communication, or
Two-way
rather, one-way
communication.
communication from the children to us, rather.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So somehow they become our parents. Now, Karina, I have got some comments here, and a lot of people are giving wishes and greetings. Let me share with you some of them. Lim with him is saying good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Kiran Koi is saying good evening.
Hi, Kieran.
Susan is saying good evening, lovely friends.
Hi, Susan.
Uh, Kirubai, Kahoot. Well, hello everyone from the UK. So you've got a UK fan base, yeah?
Wow. Wow. Hi,
Yeah,
Kirabai.
yeah. Rajwin says, well done, Warren and Karina.
Thank you so much, Rajvin.
Yeah, and Rosalila James, she's giving this heart shape smiley faces, but you can't see it
Oh,
there.
yeah, I
Yeah,
cannot
so
see, unfortunately.
exactly, exactly. So I know you were a high flyer, and I
Mhm,
really mean a high flyer before, yeah, working with
mhm,
this organization. Before you
mhm.
could tell us about that experience, let me share with you a video that I made specially for you, Karina.
Okay, okay, sure.
All right, let's watch, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's all red, yeah. I think a lot of people already know where you worked before. But yes, tell us about that high flying job of yours.
Yeah, so oh my god, that was like 10 years ago. Like you still have those photos. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
making those video.
you're most
Yeah,
welcome.
answering your questions that related my work, my experience that related to my work. I had the experience working in a various industries that shape who I am now. Start my part-time job when I was a uni student in
Mhm.
Jakarta.
Okay.
I had a lot of friends that offered me to do a part-time job in event management, a part-time job as a marketer in one of the TV station. I also took the opportunity to become an intern, assisting the public relation division in a national TV station.
Hmm.
So during my part-time job, I also spare my time to do the volunteering. So one of my experience is related to the student exchange program here in Indonesia. So when I the reason why I took so many part-time job and volunteering at the same time. So my goal was to get involved in many positive activities, and my main goal is to earn money at that time
Yeah.
because yeah, one day my mom asked like, what kind what kind of work are you doing now? She asked that because during my time in uni I rarely stay at home. When I
Okay.
have like a morning class, usually I will go 2 hours before the class and will
Hmm.
go home in the evening. Some of the time I will just skip the class uh, so I can focus doing my part-time job. So yeah, it was a memorable experience for me.
Hmm.
So after graduating university, I finally get um, a title, bachelor of communication. So I've been searching for a stable job since then. It's really hard at that moment. One day, a good friend of mine, her name is Ria, is she is my best friend actually. She spoke on the phone the previous night and asked me to join her to attend the interview with one of the airlines. So I said, yeah, sure, sure. I will attend the interview session with her with very little preparation. So on the day, I have my CV and another requirement documents with me. I enter the interview separately with her. She's in the other room. So during the interview, the cabin crew manager asked me so many questions that related to my work experience. I also took the English proficiency test, and also they want to see how I walk using my heels. So unexpectedly, I got a job. I got a job as a flight attendant. That was the first uh, formal job for me. So I was so happy. Like that was the happiest moment in my life
Hmm.
because that is one of my childhood dream as well.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
that's really memorable for me.
Yeah.
So I remember uh, walking to your class because you are my former instructor. I still remember those days. I remember that we also went with a Thai a Thailand batch, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken,
Yes, you're
10 years,
right.
and we had a good time, right, Warren?
Yes, you are so right, Karina. We had a lot of good time because at that time we wanted to have both the batches together, the Indonesian batch and also the Thai batch. So we had to mix the best of both worlds. Can you beat that? So both of y'all were, both the batches were fantastic, right? So we really had a lot
Exactly.
of fun there. And it's
Yeah.
interesting how, even though both of y'all are from two different countries, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but y'all were reacting and behaving like as though y'all know each other, and y'all were like a family, right? And that's
It's
amazing. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
We are
I think
get along. Yeah.
indeed, I think that's the beauty of what that organization did to all of us. Now, so
Exactly.
Karina, you said you had been doing some voluntary work
Mm-hmm.
back then before you even joined this aviation, and then
Mm-hmm.
once you got that, it was there. You were in this aviation industry for how long? Yeah.
For only 2 years,
Okay.
before I decided to step down the offer
Mm-hmm.
from my cabin crew manager and decided to pursue my other dream. So only two
Okay.
years.
Only 2 years. So how did you end up in this Australian Volunteers International?
Uh, I don't know. So I end up at Australian Founders International because my sister-in-law introduced me to this industry.
Uh huh.
So from that on, I never regret my decision to change my career path. So it's been 5 years since I joined the Australian Volunteers International back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, 2016. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Interesting. Australian Volunteers International. Could you
Mhm.
share a little bit about this organization?
Okay, so Australian Volunteers International is one of the leading nonprofit organization in
Mm-hmm.
Australia. Their office is based in Melbourne. So
Okay.
for more than 70 years, AVI has brought Australian to share their skills, knowledge, to build a locally driven capacity in the local organization in Indonesia.
Okay.
So we had the representative office in 26 countries, including Indonesia, Jakarta. So the commitment from AVI as a nonprofit organization is true to inspiring and also connecting people around the world by strengthening the capacity through sharing experience and knowledge that also includes supporting the development process and inclusive approach. So
Mm.
it's been like for more than 70 years. We will have the celebration. We will celebrate AVI 70 anniversary this year in October.
Mm. I see. I see. So seven
Yes,
zero, 70 years. Yeah.
exactly.
I didn't.
7-0. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So are they is this organization funded by the government, or how are they running the show?
So the AVI is funded by the Australian government,
Okay.
Department Foreign Affairs and Trade in Canberra. So basically, AVI has supported the establishment of similar agency across the world, and we have a close collaboration. The organization has a close collaboration with the Australian government, universities, and other organization.
Okay.
The organization have supported more than 20, sorry, 12,000 Australian to
Oh,
share their skill and experience and to build capacity in 3,000 partner organization in 89 developing countries.
wow. That's a lot of work that they're doing there, yeah. And
That's a
and
huge one.
exactly. So these people who are involved, are they like corporate people? Are they students? Who are they? Who are those people involved in this?
It's a basically AVI have a program called Australian Volunteers Program. So
Okay.
basically, it's a combination of a skill volunteer from that have like a various background, from
Hmm.
corporate, from academic, from the higher education. They also, some of them also have the experience in developing the business, marketing. Is a combination of all that.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
And the target is targeting towards any particular group of people?
So the Australian Pontius program itself focus encourage
Hmm.
uh, the Australian that want to share their knowledge and skill, and
Okay.
wanting to assist the local organization in each country that we have, like in 26 country that we have.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let me share with you a couple of messages that's also coming here, Karina.
Okay.
Dato
Sure.
Dr. Lau Bintik is saying, hi, Warren and Karina, best wishes.
Hi.
Uh, and Kirube is saying, Air Asia Angel, there you go.
Woohoo!
She noticed. Roslila saying, wow. And you have got Telly Melissa saying, good job, mom.
Yes, that's my nanny.
Ah,
She's
there you go.
watching. Thank you.
So nice of you to join, yeah, Telly. Thank you so much for joining. So, Karina, this
Yes.
title for tonight is Empower Others, Empower Yourself. Now, this
Mm-hmm.
title is very different, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it means a lot to you. Can you share with us what does it really mean to you on a personal level?
Okay, this is the interesting questions for me, to be honest. So when we talk about the empowerment, we typically think in a bigger picture, like as in giving someone the power to do something for themselves or to change themselves or something they're involved with for a better. So empowering others also can uh, a, be a great feeling when it comes to both affecting your personal life and professional life. So
Mhm,
um, it also happened when I work with a very diverse people or communities. It's not only you that can empower others, but most of the time you will learn a lot from them. Like in the recent year, I can see that I help myself to develop to a better individual after reach some of the stage in my life. So I also be able to look at things differently, which means that when I engage with a certain people in my life related to work, I learn to see things from a different angle, and from
mhm,
those experience, create a different perspective that than I previous have.
mhm,
So I also being inspired by others that live in the rural area but still can contribute to the society, can contribute to the local communities without complaint about their current condition. So I guess those experience bring a valuable lesson for me.
mhm,
So since I was born, I had like the privilege to grew up in Jakarta with a lot of resource here. We had like a good infrastructure in Jakarta, easy to have like an um, healthcare access
mhm,
here in Jakarta. The opportunity to get a job is also much easier here. So, but when I work in the development sector, I get the opportunity to work with a local organization that's still struggling to find a sustained funding, struggling to educate the local communities with their project or program initiative, had a challenge to access the internet provider, for example,
mhm,
have a language barrier because they don't get the opportunity to go to school. Uh, so looking back in my career and my personal life, everything was aligned with my own value. I mean, like I believe like the universe wants me to learn from other so I can keep empowering young generation out there to
Uh-huh.
have like a better life, to have like an equal life. So those experience I get after I involve with the grassroots communities in Indonesia.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think I just realized that learn from others will eventually give a big impact on your personal life.
Wow. Wow, Karina, that is so beautifully said, yeah. And you said it very well. This is what I always speak to many people, and you are saying the same thing. In giving, you receive. In
Yeah,
giving, you receive. And when you receive multifolds, yeah. You get more than what you have been giving. Not maybe monetarily, but
yeah,
blessings, good health, good vibes, good family life, good relationship, and all those goodness. And you have just said it very nicely. That is amazing. Going
yeah,
back to Karina, your organization and your position, which is very interesting. Everybody was asking me, recruitment and partnership officer, what does that mean? So enlighten them, enlighten me. What does it mean? Just share a little bit as to what do you really do?
okay. If I may tell a story like a short one about my career path in AVI. So
Okay.
back in 2016, I start my career as a business development assistant in
Mm-hmm.
AVI. So I get the opportunity to work on a student program and CSR program for some of the company in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then back in 2018, that was the year I transitioning to the recruitment and partnership role until now. So,
Okay.
what do I do in AVI? Basically, my work related to the program that AVI have called Australian Founders Program that previously I mentioned about that.
Okay.
So, the Australian Founders Program is also the program that support Australian to share their skill overseas, match their experience with the local organization in developing countries across the region. So my work is a good combination between the recruitment and also partnership. So I also working closely for the recruitment side. I working closely with the Melbourne office team for the candidate selection recruitment process that includes interviewing the candidates for volunteering, making sure that each candidate follows the recruitment steps, including managing database and monitoring visit to each partner organization. And at the same time, I also work as a partnership officer that also take in charge in the new engagement with the potential partner organization in Indonesia. So basically, it's a good combination between engaging like people to people relationship and also
Mm.
engaging with a grassroots partner organization.
Okay, so when we spoke earlier, you spoke about how when you have got a position needs to be filled or an internship, then you will bring in someone from a different country and then put them in an organization or government sector in Indonesia. You want to share a
Yeah.
little bit or elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah. So what I do when we receive so if I can like elaborate on that. So my job was to assist the partner organization when they want to uh, one they sorry. So uh, I have so many things in my head, but when
Okay.
it comes to
So example would be like, for instance, an organization, or let's say in the ministry, you have got a finance department
yeah,
of Indonesia, and they need to have a position filled because
yeah,
they want to get some skills to be upgraded. Would you be
Yeah.
able to help them?
Yes. Usually we will have a stage where myself will do the identification with the partner
Okay.
organization. What basically are they needs? What
Mm,
skill or what kind of knowledge that they need from the volunteer. So
okay.
when they identify those needs, they will put on those needs in the they need to fill the form. And
Okay.
when they fill the form, we will put on our website. So we
Okay.
will advertise the position. uh,
Ah,
yes, so we will advertise the position where usually we will get the candidates for those particular position. So when we
okay.
get when we get the candidate for those particular position, we will do reference check, uh, s- uh, check that related to psychological check, and then we need them to also submit a police check document. So
Mhm.
basically, it's a rigorous process.
Process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rigorous
So,
process.
so sorry, Karina. So that means if let's say in Indonesia you need a position to be filled, will you have an Indonesian to be filling that position or from different country?
Okay, so the requirement from the program itself, it should be an Australian.
Ah, okay, okay.
Should be an Australian. Yeah,
Oh, that's
hopefully,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully, in the near future, we can also have a local volunteer that can
Yeah.
assist the local partner organization.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting because when you have got like for instance in Indonesia this program and then you are bringing in someone from Australia to
Yeah,
work in Indonesia, the amount
yeah,
of sharing that is happening, the amount of brainstorming and learning that's happening, it's
yeah.
tremendous, right?
Exactly. So it bring like a new value for the partner organization. So before the pandemic, usually we will have the volunteer that came in country to
Hmm.
Indonesia. So
Okay,
because of the pandemic situation, the program have has like a good initiative. We have uh, the remote volunteering model where
okay.
we can also still um, help the local partner organization, but the volunteer itself doing the volunteering remotely from Australia.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the great initiative from the program.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I have got a couple of comments and questions. Let me send to you because the reason why I asked is because it's very interesting how this program works and the dynamics of it is really something that other countries could actually follow. Yeah.
Yes.
Kirubai says values have to align with our lives. When values aligns, the impact is awesome. You are so right, Kirubai. And Lim with him says, very well said for somebody so young, Karina. There you go.
Thank you,
And
Liz.
Lau Bintik, he says, we in Malaysia have not heard much about AVI, not as well known as US Peace Corporation. Is it mean to help developing countries, especially? Can you elaborate on their work in Malaysia? So, Karina, do they have it in Malaysia, and how does that work? You want to share a little bit?
Yeah, so currently we haven't reached Malaysia. So for this particular program, so for the Australian Volunteers program, we still covered the Asia Pacific region. So
Okay.
maybe in the long run, in the next future, we will also reach the Malaysia, but currently we still not focus on Malaysia.
Yeah. So it is still also to develop the developing countries. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct.
Can you like if you remember some of the countries that have got this base besides Indonesia? Do you have any names? Any other
Okay.
countries? If you can
So,
remember.
okay. Wait. We have in Indonesia. We
Okay.
have in Philippines. So we have in Myanmar, Bhutan,
Okay. Okay.
Cambodia, Eswatini,
Ah.
Federal State of Micronesia, Fiji. We have in Fiji. We have representative office in Kiribati, Laos, Lesotho, Republic of the Marshall Island, Mongolia, Nepal, Myanmar, Palau, Papua New
Uh-huh.
Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Island, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Timor Leste, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, and Vietnam.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, these are, well, some countries I know they exist. Some countries I really don't know where they are from. So
So,
I'm telling the truth. But it's nice that they are everywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you really want to know more about this, we are here with Karina Kadansha, not Kardashians, Karina Kadansha, speaking about her work and her lifestyle, empowering yourself through empowering others. And it's an interesting topic. Why? Because we are talking about the Australian Volunteers International. Amazing that they do work that they do with Australian Volunteers Program through
mhm.
Karina. So, Karina, Kirubai is saying values are an important part of our DNA. You are so right, Kirubai. And I have got a question from the WhatsApp. Taufik from Penang is asking, how do one join this task force with the AVI? Do you have an answer for that?
Okay. So, to be honest, I don't have any answer for right now. But
Okay.
when you had a good experience and you wanting to join the AVI, usually please follow our LinkedIn pages, and also we have in other social media platform like Instagram and also Facebook.
All right. All right. So if you all want, you can. I was surfing and I saw this Facebook page, Australian Volunteers Program. So you may want to like that page and then probably you'll get a lot of information there.
Yes, exactly.
Karina, I want to know, you're a woman and you are in this organization. What about other women in this organization? Do you have a lot of ladies involvement in this AVI?
So for the representative in office in Jakarta, we have about seven. Wait, yeah, no, six of woman staff out of nine.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's a lot.
So
That's a lot.
that's a lot. That's a lot. So when you ask about the woman in this organization,
Hmm.
to be honest, I can start singing when I talk about women. There's a song called "Who Run the World, Girls." Have you know that by
Yes.
Beyonce? Yeah,
Yes.
those. Yeah, that song really inspired me. So yeah, in AVI and AVP, the woman leading in the management position, where they take in charge in making sure that the program was running well. So
Hmm.
the organization also invests by hiring women staff in each country office, where
Okay.
our organization give women staff the opportunity to have a voice, to get promotion, to get the same health benefit, safety benefit as other staff, be able to also work and focus on their personal life at the same time. So
Hmm.
had a choice to take maternity leave longer than it should be.
Okay.
And women staff in our organization also had a voice to contribute to every program initiative.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
Amazing, amazing. So I can say I work in a inclusive environment that provide a good support system for their staff that includes women, men, parents, mother, single parent, people with disability, SOGI community as well. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm very lucky to work
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you are lucky, and I like what you have just said. Yeah, inclusiveness. That they have got a lot of people with different abilities working
Yeah.
there together. I want to share some photos to the viewers and also to you. If you can just describe a little bit as to what we can see on screen. Yeah, Karina.
Okay,
There
sure.
you go.
Wow. Okay. So the first photo on the left. So
Okay,
it's when I attend the reflection event back in 2019
okay,
in Jakarta. The event is was organized by the organization where we invite um, all of the stuff from South Asia and Africa, and also Asia archipelago region. This
mm-hmm.
is when I contribute. I forgot. I think I contribute to some of the questions. So
Okay.
let's move to another photo. So
This one, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, this one is back in 2019 as well.
Okay.
Um, when I went to one of the island in Indonesia called Sumba in East
Uh-huh.
Nusa Tenggara. So we invited for more than 20 partner organization
Mm-hmm.
to attend the information session where we engage also with the new partner organization that put an interest with our program.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. This one.
Uh, those photo is the same with the first one in back in 2019. We attend the reflection event where the
Okay.
DFAP representative, the Australian government representative, also attend those event. And the second one is when I uh, went to Singapore to meet some of the mentors from the Victorian government, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, to do the orientation. So four of them is assisting the partner organization in Makassar, South
I
Sulawesi.
see. I see. I see.
Oh, wow. This is a long time ago. I think this is the first time I worked with AVI as a business development assistant back in
Uh-huh.
2016, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Right.
both of the photos is the same actually. I work with the CSR program with a company called IBM in
Mm-hmm.
Jakarta. So this is
Okay.
one of the CSR program that I work
I see.
with. Yeah.
Okay. And the last one.
The last one is when I went to the Melbourne office. Actually, this is the uh, old office of our organization. This is when I joined the recruitment training with
Mm,
other recruiters from each country.
I see. Wow. Amazing experiences you have had. Yeah. Now, I have got a question here by
Yeah.
Dr. Lau Bin Tik. He's asking, does AVI need consent from respective countries to operate in those countries, or it can be a people to people program without political interference? Do you want to share a little bit on that?
Yes, I think okay. So AVI need a consent from representative countries. Usually, we will have a good relationship with the government, the local government, or for example, in Philippines, we have like a good relationship with the agency that also focus on volunteering. So, yes, does AVI need consent from respective countries? Yes, to operate in those countries. Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And if, let's say, a single person wants to work with AVI, is that possible, Karina?
If work within the organization or work as a volunteer.
As a volunteer, or even like, for instance, if I have got a need that in my organization, for instance, and I want to participate, or I want AVI to support me in terms of filling up the gap, would that be possible?
Yes. When you want to be a volunteer, uh, you need to have the requirement as a Australian. You need
Okay.
to live in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main requirement. But when your partner organization needs someone to assist the organization as a volunteer, yes, it can be. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, we have spoken a lot about the AVI. Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
ask you, with all these experiences that you have had, now you have worked in different industries. Yeah. You
Yes.
have been a cabin crew once. Then this life is very different from the life that you have had before, and the many part-time job experiences that you have had. So, Karina, if I were to ask you, what does success mean to you? What would your answer be, Karina?
Wow. That's a heavy question, actually. Success is when you feel happy about yourself reaching a certain level of life.
Mm-hmm.
Success is when you can overcome a difficult stages in your life. Success also when you're happy doing things that you've been passionate about. And success is when you are able to help others who need your help. So I have a different kind of interpretation about success. So when I work as a flight attendant, I've been away from home most of the time. Um, Traveling, explore new places for quite some time. I feel empty inside.
Mm.
So people see me very fortunate enough to have everything I want. But at the same time, I miss my family. Sometimes I miss my hometown. But at the same time, also, I had a very limited option to stay in touch with them. Some of
Mm.
the time, I thought I've already reached a successful stage in my career. Um, but then I decided to switch my career path completely. And I never thought that I would have a different life like now. So, but back then, when I decided to turn down the offer to continue my employment in AirAsia, I only trust myself, Warren.
Yeah.
Um, Trust my gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking how I can rebuild my life and do things that make me happy,
Mm-hmm.
including like surround myself with a positive environment. So I decided to move and try a new career opportunity out there because I wanting to pursue my other dreams.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, when I cannot compare between my job in AirAsia as a flight attendant and also my job here as a recruitment and partnership officer. But all I can say is a positive, very positive transition for me, and it
Mm.
was a good decision that I ever have.
Wow. Wow, very touching, Karina. Very touching. I've got a couple of message here on your sharing just now. Very touching. But before I could share those views, I want to quickly dive into this. I always ask my guests, and I
Yeah,
want to ask you this also.
yeah.
Karina, have you experienced discrimination in
Mm.
your life? You have anything to share?
Okay, it's a hard question as well, to be honest. So yes, I have those experience when I was young and when I was work in a workplace. So we might face discrimination in every phase of life, whether in a workplace, family, or in social situation. I had those experience that
Mm,
related to the harassment when I was young and faced the intimidation in the workplace. I still remember the exact incident that happened to me and decided to tell my parents after all this year. Uh, the reason why is because I was afraid if I tell my parents how they are going to respond. Some of the time, they also were clueless about things that they can do to help me.
mm,
So, because when I was young, I find lack information about bullying, abuse, and harassment in the newspaper or even in the. We don't have a Google at the time. So, but nowadays people can search the information right away and very easier. From but back then it's quite challenging to find resources that can support the survivor or even the parents. So from those experience, inspired me to advocate women, children, and also men and to prevent them from abuse and any form of harassment. Um, since that day when I received the discrimination in the workplace, I decided uh, to uh, to share my experience with my relative, not be afraid to seek help from the clinician. So, and from that day, I start to join the working group that focus on disability, focus
mm,
on inclusiveness,
mm.
uh, focus on SOGI SC topic and issue recently. So I am excited to contribute back to those who needs help and support, and
Yeah,
it's been a learning experience, Warren, to be honest, for me as well. So yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Karina, I am so sorry to ask you these difficult questions, and thanks for answering. But I mean well, cause many out there needs help, and they can do something about it. By you
yeah,
sharing your personal stories, I think a lot of people out there will be inspired, and they will now know that they can have control of their own life.
yes.
Now, Karina, I've got a couple of messages before we end this show. We have got Kirubai saying the meaning of success for Karina, contentment and helping others. I love this. Well, you definitely have got a fan base there. Shangari Krishnan says real life sharing. Yes, you are so right. We have got Dato Dr. Lau Bintik saying, well done, Warren and Karina. Very inspiring indeed. Thank you so much,
Thank
Karina.
you so
And
much.
Susan saying, well said about success. There you go.
Thank you,
Lots of
Susan.
people are with you, Karina. Lots of people love you so much.
Thank
Karina,
you. Thank you.
any message
Mhm.
before we leave to the viewers out there?
Okay, so for ladies and gentlemen out there, I know this is sound cliche, but when it comes to your dreams, keep reaching your dreams. You might face people who want to put you down, but keep moving until you reach a certain stage of life that makes you happy. So find mentors from various backgrounds and expertise, or spare your time to become a volunteer in a local organization. Because when you're happy, you can help unfortunate people with your knowledge and resources.
Very nice. Very nice. Karina, thank you so very much for doing this. You're doing well. And I, on behalf of all viewers out there, would like to say a very, very best of life and many more good things to come your way. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih for everyone that watching me and support me tonight, including my regional director, my friends, my family, and thank you so much, Warren, for this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And thank you for the tech guy that was beside you all the while. Thank you so much, my dear friend. And your kids who are watching.
Yes,
Fantastic family
yes,
of yours. Yeah, thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're most welcome. So listen, people, we have so much to give. Our skills, our knowledge and all. But if all that fails, you have this one thing that has a lot of value and no shortage at all. And that is love. Start giving love to those at home, then friends, and everyone else out there. And I can assure you that when you see a smile on others' face, you will be empowered, mind, body, and soulfully. So let's do that very small thing, shall we? And I shall start this by saying, I love you, you, and you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. And for those far and near, thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. And thank you for watching. Remember, I am more than I think. This is Warren signing off. Meet you again, same day, same time next week. Bye. Thank you so much, Karina. Bye.
Thank you, Warren. Bye.
See ya. Take care.
See you. Bye.